CEGA is a China Environmental Grant Makers Alliance. It is a platform for most Chinese environmental foundations. We promote environmental and climate philanthropy in China and the fight for climate change. So why we release this report? Because climate change needs money, needs a fund. As I just recognized today, this COP29 will fight for money, will mobilize fund to keep 1.5 degree reach closer. So in this case, philanthropy matters, right? But our strength of fund is not enough, especially in China. Climate philanthropy dollar only account less than 2%. So that's really not enough. So that is why we are here to release this impact report to showcase CEG members' efforts, our best practice to inspire China and around the world to recognize the importance of philanthropy, the impact of philanthropy. So with this report release, will further inspire the passion of philanthropists and enterprises to support us, to provide more fundings to the philanthropy sector, to the civil society, to support us fight the climate change with everybody, government, enterprises, and the civil society to reach our common goal for fight climate change. So with that, I'll pass the microphone to my colleague, Ms. Liu Xi, to introduce their best case studies. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce two cases from China on behalf of the Vanke Foundation. Vanke Foundation is a national non-public fundraising foundation which is founded in 2008 with the endowment of China Vanke Company. And in 2017, we were certified as a charitable organization. Our vision is building a beautiful and shared future home. Since 2023, we made a new 5-year roadmap with 3 strategies. The first one is a carbon neutral community demonstration and promotion. The second is community waste management. The third is China's climate narrative in international platform like COP and biodiversity. Vanke Foundation aims to pioneer effective international cooperation, and we want to empower everyone become the agent of a better life. The first case is from Beijing. It is the Zero Waste Palace Museum project, which started from the 2020, and we want to reduce the land waste to close to zero, and we also promote zero waste office and zero waste tours. What's more, we also innovated solutions by which cultural tourism and museum industries can deal with climate change. We believe that waste management is one of the important means to address climate change and achieve sustainable development. As the data shows, we have reducing the solid waste and reduce the garbage number and the per capita generation of the garbages. And we also increased the classification of the type for the trash, and also increased the generation and recycling of the waste. And in the right side, we can see that with the recycling component, we reduced the transportation of landscape rays and product compost soil conditioner. And by these ways, we reached the over 30 tons of carbon emission reduction. Apart from that, what was more interesting is that we made many green cultural products with the recycling materials, which was showed yesterday in our UN exhibition and very popular. And by this way, we reached the carbon emission reduction to over 1 ton. As a museum, we also focus on the public engagement with the online classes, and we also train the staffs and the guides. Totally, we have so far the over 40 million visitors on site and 208 million audience online. Let me introduce another cases from China, Shenzhen, which is a Dameisha community, net zero community.
A small town of 20,000 people in the south of Shenzhen, where the forest meets the sea. Year-round prosperity, full of vitality. A social experiment is underway to build a better community, starting with a goal of net zero emissions. An amazing world of colorful plants and animals. An all-encompassing treasure trove of extraordinary coastal wildlife. Integrating tradition and modern features through humanistic ecological construction. Learn from nature. Respect nature. Create a more beautiful natural world. Explore more possibilities to get closer to nature. Achieving net zero. After 4 years of trying, Vanke Foundation keeps seeking answers in nature. The little-known black soldier fly was introduced into organic recycling throughout the community. Kitchen waste can also naturally nourish the garden. Of course, this is still a solution that needs further refinement. Every member of the community is the driving force behind this net zero experiment. By the end of 2022, a more sophisticated black soldier fly organic waste recycling pilot station will be launched with Meisha Subdistrict as its starting point, benefiting thousands of people. Many people have delved deep into the community to keep sharing, creating, and innovating to develop the community into what it is today. Meisha has become a typical low-carbon model in Shenzhen, in China, and in the world.
So welcome to China and visit Vanke Foundation in Shenzhen. Thank you.
Hi, this is Li Zhang. I'm the Vice President of Society of Entrepreneurs and Ecology Foundation in China. SE Foundation generated about $35 million a year to support Chinese civil societies on marine conservation, desertification prevention, pollution prevention, as well as ecosystem biodiversity conservation as well. In response to climate change and the nature disasters, with the support from HSBC, SE Foundation launched the Nature-Based Solution Program in China in 3 typical ecosystems since 2020. The program supports the improvement of forest, inland wetlands, and coastal wetlands ecosystems to restore biodiversity, to maintain the sustainable provision of ecosystem services, and to increase carbon sink and enhance resilience to climate crisis, and provide ideas and experiences for ecological restoration. Based on the forest ecosystem, SE Foundation support local NGOs in Chengdu, Sichuan, the Panda Range areas to enhance the habitat quality and biodiversity through systematic monitoring and adjustment for forest vegetation structure. By end of 2022-23, the project has set up 4 pilot habitat restoration projects in Giant Panda Range area, and completed and planting of 63,000 native trees, which absorbed and fixed about 1,145 tons of carbon dioxide. Based on the inland wetland ecosystems, SE Foundation support Beijing Jinglang eco-technology to granularly start biodiversity conservation practices across the country for the inland wetland restoration to enhance the resilience of wetlands to climate change at the level of wetland species diversity, ecosystems, and landscape in all aspects. By end of 2023, about 138 hectares of wetland has been restored and benefiting about 42 million people. We calculate the emission reduction of about 2,200 tons of greenhouse gas emission reduced. For coastland ecosystem restoration, we have joined force with the Guangdong Mangrove National Nature Reserve Administration to carry out mangrove conservation in Zhanjiang to create a scientific mangrove conservation system to enhance the ecological service value of the mangrove ecosystem and to strengthen the capacity of local community to cope with climate change. By end of last year, the project has completed regional-wide monitoring of mangrove resources, cleared over 60,000 square meters of harmful species, invasive species, and restored about 20,000 square meters of mangrove forest and provided science outreach to over 600 local students and 1,200 community residents. Now I'd like to hand over the microphone to Dr. Li Ming.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Li Ming Wang from the Zhanjiang Conservation Foundation. Thank you, Madam Zhang, for releasing the CEGA Excellent Case Report on climate change. It's my honor that the Yangtze River Fisheries Assistant Patrol Project, initiated by CCF, has been selected for this project. In the context of the comprehensive Yangtze conservation, in 2016, a group of entrepreneurs from the SEE Association founded the Zhanjiang Conservation Foundation to mobilize the public to participate in the Yangtze conservation and green transformation to address the issue caused by climate change. Apart from climate change adaptation, CCF also engaged in climate change mitigation. The Zero Carbon Zhanjiang project is a key project to deal with the climate mitigation under the CCF climate framework. With the support by CIF, SEE Foundation, and the relevant government departments, CCF initiated this project focused on the three scenarios of the community, enterprise, and schools, and the three areas thematically to promote the green transformation of key industry, promote the application of renewable energy, and the construction of a neutral carbon sink system. Working with a partner, CCF hopes to mobilize 100 cities, 1,000 enterprise, and 10,000 schools to join us. This year, the Zero Carbon Yangtze project has collaborated with the China McKinsey Foundation and the Yangtze Shipping Company to further expand this project's influence. Since 2019, we have released 5 reports in which we have conducted in-depth research on the policy hotspots of the year and conducted a survey on 6 to 8 pioneer enterprises in the field of green transformation and put forward recommendations. In terms of this year's reports, I would like to highlight the 3 points. First, we analyzed innovation of green finance driving mechanism and explored the important role of green influence in driving enterprise green transformation. Second, we reviewed and summarized the past case and formulated lessons that can be learned. Finally, we proposed relevant suggestions for the construction of a cross-regional cooperation mechanism, providing a new idea and direction for the green development in the Yangtze River Basin. At this point, I would like to express my special thanks to the Zhonghuan Certification Center, China Angel Union, CEGA, Vanke, and C Foundation, and all the supporters. If you are interested in the report, please scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to download the report. Also, the past 5 reports are available. Thank you again for your support and attention. Thank you. I would like to over my phone to the next speaker.
Thank you. Well, first of all, congratulations to the report, and especially the cases shared just now from Vanke, from SE, from Changjiang Foundation. I'm Bingbing from Peking University, and I have tracked the UNFCCC for 15 years. So my first copy is Copenhagen. At that moment, almost only governments here. But now, after 15 years, we can see delegates from different kind of multi-stakeholders gather together. And we keep the momentum, and we show our collective leadership. So that's a wonderful achievement. And I should say congratulations to all of us. And I think for the report, I'd like to see some comments. In general, it's not just like foundations or just like local communication, local community. It's also a kind of collective efforts, right? You can see our delegates from Vanke, from SE, from Changjiang Foundation, and also here besides me from association, Environment Association, Alliance, and also Ruiying from CEGA, Alliance of different kind of foundations and local private sectors, and where the new money is, and this is the CEGA's mission. So you can hear today's voice is from the civil society of China. And most of the time, when we talk about China, something like it's a kind of top-down. But here, now, you can feel a new taste. So today's events, you can taste a fresh air. It's a kind of bottom-up, new momentum in China. I hope you can enjoy this moment, enjoy the report. A second point is about one cases. And just now, Vanke, my friend from Vanke, have shared about the Zero Waste Palace Museum program. And the last month, I organized the Peking University Science People Climate Week. And fortunately, Vanke Foundation helped to organize a field visit to Palace Museum. And the students from France and the Peking University, they really enjoyed the moment there, the project. They found, wow, the Forbidden City is a kind of World Heritage. And even the World Heritage, like Forbidden City, they did this kind of effort towards the net zero future. So it's a great pilot, I think, around the world. And I encourage Forbidden City, encourage Vanke Foundation to tell the story, share the experience with the World Heritage around the world. And thus, it's a synergy, between culture and climate change. And for the climate community, we are not so many people, although so many people gather together here in Baku, but around the world, based on my research, people now have higher awareness on climate. But when we talk about climate action, not so many people really know how to do. But if they go to the Forbidden City, they visit the World Heritage, if they can get some sense, it's a huge, huge contribution to the global climate campaign. So this is the second point. And the last point I want to highlight is, yes, now we face a lot of challenge as usual, new challenge coming, and the US may withdraw from the Paris Agreement again. But if we can know where our calling is, who we are, where we come from, and where we should go, and we know addressing climate change is everyone's mission, we will not break the connection with ourselves, with others, with the world. And thus we can come together. So this is 3C leadership: curiosity, courage, and compassion. And with the Vanke Foundation's support, I developed a workshop for the young students during the Sciences Po Peking University Climate Week. Here, I'd like to show the short video.
Thank you, Bingbing. Yep.
Could you please give us some voice? Thank you. So 3C leadership is not only for the young student, it's for all of us, and especially it's for the young, the future philanthropist. I look forward to work with CEGA, with all the partners here, to help more philanthropists to fund their 3C leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Bingbing. So now I would like to invite Mr. Ni Yao to make close remarks. Please.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting me to summarize this press conference. The CEGA Climate Philosophy Impact Report released today systematically summarizes the granting cases in the field of climate change. As stated in the inscription of the report by Mr. Wang Xiufeng, the chairman of All China Environment Federation, the federation adheres to the working philosophy, All China, All Environment, All Federated, and support the China Environment Grantmaker Alliance to promote collaboration among environmental founders. And support China and the All China Environment Federation hope that this report can inspire more grant makers to pay attention to climate issues and guide more resources coming into the field of ecological environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. So with the report release, I also announced our initiative of China Climate Philanthropy Partnership Initiative, which was initiated by CEGA in August of this year, but we want to announce here to let more people to understand this program. It is to promote climate philanthropy in China and around the world. Thank you very much. Hope you all join us in the future to fight the climate change and build a brighter future. So we still have a few minutes, maybe 3 minutes. If there is any questions, please. Are there any questions? Okay. If no questions, so we'll close this session. Thank you again for all your support. Thank you.